Can you bloody believe it? 6 long years we've been waiting. So many close finishes. But finally, 10 points over the Cats on Sydney Arvo at Marvel.
Yes. Bloody sensational.
Absolutely brilliant. Hold your heads up high, Saints fans. It's a ripper episode tonight. We get up over the Cats. I'm going to go straight to Jakey because you are the most passionate hater of the Geelong Football Club I think that I've ever met in my life.
Really?
Absolutely.
What gives you that impression?
I just think that a lot of people have respect for them, but yours just, bottom of the barrel. You hate them. You've got bad experiences with the place. How do you feel now?
Just amazing. Just amazing. I can't even describe it, to be honest.
Energies.
I'll tell you what, though. I didn't even message my mate.
Oh.
Now, is that something is that a missed opportunity, boys?
Well, for listeners that don't know, Jake's best mate / ex-housemate is an avid Geelong supporter and has almost gotten into a couple of fights a couple of times at various matches, and he's a very passionate supporter, let's put it kindly. But you've taken the high road and
not said a thing. You know what I'm going to do, though? I hope he sees all the content. I'm going to go hard this week on you know what? I want to tag him. I'll tag him in some post during the week. I'll do the old submissive style. You know, I'm not going to go direct. I'll just kind of be...
do you hate Geelong or do you hate him?
I hate Geelong. I hate Geelong.
You hate Geelong.
So we'll just... Benny,
here we go.
This one's for you, mate.
What do we got here? We got a nice Vino.
Ignore the old pumps.
Oh no, he's got a Vino.
Hear this, boys? Ready?
Nothing like the cracking open of a bottle of wine.
Is this like a fleshlight or something?
Look, I got to cheers to the Saints,
cheers to the boys.
It's a big show ahead.
Ting,
yep.
ting, ting. What is this? What is it? It's like a pump.
It's a pump.
That's the Austin Powers pump.
In case your wine goes flat.
It stops it from going flat, boys.
Is this a sponsorship?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
It's got a click.
For those who aren't watching and only listening now, Jake's making some inappropriate moves on a bottle of wine. We're going to move on from that and keep talking about Saints footy.
Yeah. Did we get the intro that we were after?
I don't think so.
I don't think we did.
No, I don't think so. Marshy, let's hear from you. He's gone.
Is that why your wine hissed? Like when you opened it, did it go...
Yeah, it takes all the air out. It lasts for 6 weeks, the bottles. Means I don't have to drink them in one night like usual. So.
Yep, lads and listeners.
Chaotic. That is chaotic.
Oh, yeah. Saints footy. How good. How good.
Back in town.
The boys are back in town.
Now, can I tell you, it was the first time I got to celebrate with the Marshman post-match.
Yeah, tell me about that.
You are the emperor. You are like, I knew you were the emperor of aisle 29, but I didn't realise you were also the emperor of platform 28. I don't think I saw you pay for a beer.
There's some generous folks out there.
Oh, well deserved though, Marshy. Like you were the highlight of my night, I reckon. Like beating Geelong's great, but you were having a great time.
Yeah.
I was having too much of a fun time. Like, as you guys, when we caught up for the fan cams afterwards.
Mate, seeing you like that.
I was 4 sheets into the wind as it was. It was a big day, big game. And I think, it doesn't happen too often, but I think the excitement got to me.
Yeah, absolutely. You were on another level.
I really was.
Another level.
Yeah.
Now, without further ado, let's talk about the game.
Yeah.
Yes. Because we're a little bit worried at halftime. They were smashing us across the board, but didn't quite put it on the scoreboard, which is unusual for Geelong. Which is unusual for us against Geelong. Usually we're neck and neck with them or they're way in front or... it doesn't really happen that they're about 2 to 3 goals up at halftime. Boys, the premiership quarter, our third quarter was the best third quarter I've seen from a football team this year. Like, statistically, it's our best quarter since 2017 against Richmond.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And we know what happened that night.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely thumped them. So I don't know what's happening to us, but in the first half of a lot of games at the moment, we're looking quite lackluster. We're kind of getting the job done. We're staying in it. And then after half time, I don't know what we put in ourselves, but
We got
it's
the Valencia oranges. Yeah,
I think it's
Jake's wine pumper.
pumped him up a bit, didn't it?
Yeah, so
I
I don't know what happens. It all starts to click and we start playing fast attacking football. We just take the opposition by surprise. So
But
we've
it's-
come from
yeah.
behind yet again, and we just annihilated them in that third quarter. We were 16 points down at half time, and then we're 16 points up at three-quarter time.
But it's
we
not-
kicked
it's not just
7
that.
goals to 2.
we did it in 10 minutes
Yeah,
because with 10 minutes to go, we were still 16 down or something.
yeah.
So we did it that quickly.
And it was at
It's
about the
devastating.
time that I came and sat with you.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Literally,
incredible. I came into the ground.
And I think as you were walking in, Hawkins would have kicked the goal.
Hawkins
to put
kicked a
up-
goal.
put him 21
Max
up.
King missed one.
Yeah.
Hawkins kicked a goal. They were 21 up. And then I went and said, I messaged Jake and I was like, oh, geez, should I be here? Like,
Yeah.
this looks nasty.
Yeah, and I saw that at three-quarter time.
Yeah. And then I went and found him up on the wing, level 3.
Level
I couldn't have been
three,
happier.
Sanders, that's
Jake,
where
the
it's at.
seats that you picked were
How good were they?
sublime. Oh, I was getting a magnet stiffy. I was watching them move around. And then I sat down, and then we kicked 6 in a row.
Yeah.
Like bang, bang, bang,
And they
bang,
were
bang,
all
bang,
different. They were all different.
Bang. They were all different styles of goal.
What
It was just...
What was the best goal out of that bunch? What one got... I'm trying to think of the one that got me. I think
Ryder to Billings.
Oh, right.
that was
it's at
outrageous.
Billings.
But even
That was
huge.
stupidly
I almost think
good.
I went more nuts when Mason Wood just waltzed in
Yeah.
and banged it. I'm like, what is
Mason-
going on?
He took him to the carvery. Let's be honest. Like he said, here's your Saturday roast. Let me carve you up. Let me give you a slice.
I just love that he didn't look. He wasn't even looking at goal until he realized no one's coming at me.
Yeah, he
And
was
just
like,
like,
"Oh, I've actually-"
all right, I'll take a ping.
But that's the thing. He did the hard work and he didn't realise, oh, shit, I've done the hard work. Like,
Now he finished-
I'm
finish
good
it
now.
off.
Yeah.
I reckon the one that blew the roof off was Benny Long's.
Oh, the snap. Yeah.
That came out of nothing.
That was such a team
so
goal,
cool.
wasn't it?
It
Yeah.
was.
Such a team goal, and we love those goals at St Kilda. We just sneak closer and closer. A good handball off to a good kick, off to a good handball, and then it hits the deck, and then we run around, we pick it up, and it was just
kingy.
sublime. It was
Kingy.
kingy.
So many times where he didn't take the mark, but
Yep.
when the ball hit the deck, he gave the quick hands off.
Yep, absolutely.
And that Mason Wood goal, it was him crashing the pack, but then also finding Gresham, who found Winhager or something, and then Winhager finds Benny Long, who finds Wood, and it's like everyone was just switched on at that one moment.
Yeah, and then Paddy Ryder comes out in the last quarter and shows
And
his
just
worth.
Seals the game for us. Saves the
Absolutely,
game.
10 out of 10 game for Paddy Ryder, just absolutely unbelievable. God, I hope he signs another 2-year contract or
He
something.
didn't have
'cause-
a disposal in the third term, but he was the most valuable player on the ground in the third term.
Yeah, well, there
It
you
was
go.
all tap work. He didn't have a disposal,
Yeah,
I believe.
he just took charge,
That's what
didn't
Kane
he?
Corn said, so...
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We trust everything that comes out
Absolutely,
of Kane Corn's mouth. Yeah. He said,
I'm a big fan of the Volcano.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty funny, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
Especially with his new hairdo.
Oh, yeah, the Jack Ginnivan. Yeah,
Or
brilliant.
the Matty Joyce.
Yeah, give or take. But the thing I was really impressed with, like, there were so many good characteristics from our football club in that game. Like, it really showed, okay, I think we're ready for finals. And I think we're ready to go deep into finals because of the things that we did on the
the lid's
ground.
off.
You look, first of all, at Brad Crouch.
Oof.
All game, that first and second quarter, that first half, his defensive work was phenomenal. His work up and down the ground to make sure that he could get clean possession in the back line or he could make space for people in the back line.
brilliant.
I haven't seen that from him before.
Is his career best form? I mean, I didn't
yeah.
watch him
Yeah.
that much at Adelaide, but is he close to what he was in, what was it, 2018 when he was
yeah.
at his peak?
Yeah.
Marshy, do you reckon?
I definitely reckon. Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because he's just... Because he's got the responsibility, I guess, at
Yeah.
the moment. Like,
Yeah.
and especially with Steele
Yeah.
going down,
Yep.
and you know,
Which we'll get onto.
We'll get onto,
Yeah.
but I guess Brad Crouch, he's playing. He was good at Adelaide, but they were surrounded by stars in that sort of era.
Yeah.
And he was, but nowadays it's different. He's getting towards the back end of his career. He's come over to another club with the points to prove, and prove it he is doing. He's been unreal.
Yeah. Leading the competition in tackles.
Is he?
Leading the competition. He's 2 above Steele now.
He'll go nuts this weekend against his old team.
Yeah,
absolutely.
true.
We'll talk about later, but that's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. So his efforts on the ground, defensive and offensive, brilliant. So 10 out of 10 for Crouchy. Another big character thing, Higgins went off with a concussion, and then Marcus Windhager came on and smashed packs.
Yeah.
He was a man possessed that second term when he came on.
When he as soon as he came off the bench,
Straight into the pack.
beelined
Yeah.
it. Like
He was 18 on the week. He's now 19 today, so happy birthday to Marcus.
Happy birthday, Marcus.
Good way to celebrate it.
Yeah, absolutely. But geez, didn't his impact change the momentum of the game?
Yeah, it really gave us that enthusiasm around the ball.
It said, put your head over. It's what we were dying for against Port Adelaide, wasn't it? Someone just to put their head over the ball and run through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And with Jones back and him doing that, that's going to be a crazy good tandem job in the midfield.
And when the rest of the midfield and team in general are seeing an 18-year-old do that, they're like, shit, I've got to pull up my socks.
Yeah.
And, so it's bizarre. You don't see it very often with a player of that experience pretty much carry a team.
Not in a game like that.
He was a tone setter.
He was the tone setter. You're exactly right. He was the absolute tone setter, but something else that set the tone for the Saints and that got him over the line, Jack Steele ruptured his AC joint.
Yeah, not his ACL, as I quickly learned, because I accidentally posted ACL on the post, and everyone's like, Jakey, it's not a knee, it's not a knee. No. Changed it very quickly. I'm like, sorry guys.
So he goes off at the end of the second quarter, or
I think it was it happened
just before halftime.
Just before halftime.
Just before Windhager was getting ready to come on.
You said he broke his collarbone.
Yeah, I was almost right.
Yeah, you were right.
I was like
pretty close.
Yeah, but he came off and he had that look. He's like, he tried to lift his arm. He's like, geez, like, didn't phase him. You remember Nick Rewalt when he did his?
Yeah.
Like, given he was a young lad, but he was crying like a baby. Like, he was hurting. And then he had Chris Scott and Mel Michael come and bump him.
Yeah. I reckon he was crying because he knew he was going to miss a big part of the year, not because
and
he was hurting.
He was Brownlow favourite and we were premiership favourites.
Yeah.
So, yeah, true that. But Jack, it happened to Jack. Kolajasny tackled him and he went, get off.
Yeah, I know. It was
and Kolajasny was like, sorry. Like, he apologised to him. Should have been a free kick for over the shoulder.
Yeah, that tackle, I thought he really didn't have to push him like that the way he did. It was over the boundary line. He put all his weight into it.
He put his shoulder into his shoulder. Like, that's a high free kick. He can't touch him above the shoulder. But, burying him on that hard bit of turf is what did him in.
Yeah.
And then he just gets up and goes, like, doesn't grimace at all. He's just like, that hurts.
Yeah, I've done a mischief here.
Yeah. So, anyway, he's ruptured his AC joint and comes back on because we're a player down.
Yeah, he knows that Higgins is off.
He's off. He's like, you know what? Juice me up, strap it up, and I'm going to get back out there and I'm going to go play in the forward line because this team needs me now. And he was still one of our best in the second half. Every time he got the ball, he did something creative. He got smarter.
Yeah.
Once it happened. Yeah, exactly. He was like, I can't have the physical impact, but I can lead. And he became a high leading half forward, which is what we were missing for a long time. So it was just like Jack Steele.
Can't he just stay in the team and just do that every week while he recovers?
Oh, God. He'll be back in 3 weeks. Remember when Nick Rewalt, we all thought he did his knee and he was done for.
Yeah.
And then he came back the next week and kept playing. Yeah.
I remember that actually. Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, because we're getting absolutely done by Richmond or Hawthorn or something like that. Someone who was in premiership contention. And I remember coming home on the train, leaving early because we're getting that hardly done. And I looked at Twitter and I was like, shit, Nick Rewalt's done his knee, and the whole train turned around. And they're like,
really?
What? But anyway, Jack Steele, 6 to 8 weeks on the sideline, plays out the game. bleeds red, white, and black. That boy.
Yeah,
so
that was a captain's.
That was a captain's game, and they're the type of things that you need to do to win finals and to win big games and to push yourself over the line against a team that you haven't beaten in 6 years. So Jack Steele, brilliant. Paddy Ryder, we've talked about. Just those couple of goals in the last quarter.
Yeah, clutch.
You know, pack mark. He kicked our first goal as well. Got us off the mark. He was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Jade Gresham.
Jade Gresham
was great.
30 disposals. Yep.
Yep. Still needs to work on the disposal efficiency, doesn't he? Still wasn't great. It was about 58% still.
Yeah, but those shimmies, the little side steps.
Yeah, aren't they great?
There's 3 players around him, and he'll just within a second he's in 5 meters of space, and you're like, no one in our midfield apart from maybe Sinclair can do that right now.
True. The commentators picked up on it, but I love it how he just drags the whole field to one side,
the change of
and
direction.
then whips them back again, and just just cuts the angles. And you said it before, Jakey, that all our goals in that third quarter were quite different, and it was built around plays like that. Geelong didn't know which way we were going.
We were just being very creative with the footy.
Yeah.
It wasn't get it to King, Mark, or Crum. Get it to King, Mark, or Crum. Rinse and repeat. It was, go to Longy in the pocket, or go to Membry, go to Ryder, switch it through the middle of the ground. Mason Wood takes an opportunity. It was just, they didn't know where the goals were coming from. Because they weren't even coming from King.
No.
He didn't kick a goal in that burst, did he?
Yes, no.
Which is very surprising. If you looked at the scores and saw 7 goals to 2, you're like, King's kicked 4 of those. Yeah. He's gone nuts. And then you're like, he's kicked none. Everyone else is chipping in.
That's the sign of a premiership build.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where the goals come from.
They just happen.
Yeah, well, we saw it last week, what Melbourne did to us. And
yes, yeah.
They're just pulling them out of their bottom, but they were kicking goals for fun. And that's what Paddy Ryder said after the game. I don't know if you boys caught his
Yes, yeah. Brilliant.
That was so good. There were so many bits out of that were just, you just love hearing it. And you're like, how can we love this bloke anymore? But then you just listen to him speak and you're like, oh, that's how. But one of the things he said, it's just, it's fun footy.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
everyone's getting involved.
Playing the way we did in the third quarter, it's much better than what we did in the first half, where we're just reactive a little bit to what the opposition's doing and not so much focusing on how can we do things a bit better ourselves.
Yeah, we're so watchable. Like when we play footy like that, I know it's going to be very biased, but
no, all my mates are saying it. None of them go for St Kilda and they go, you guys are playing entertaining football.
Who wouldn't want to watch footy like that?
It's brilliant.
If you're a neutral, you want to watch footy like that.
Definitely. And again, last week, the press that we got from that game was that we are watchable, and it was quite positive. It was a pretty big loss in the end, but even when we weren't doing well, we still try and create opportunities. Yeah. And, sometimes it comes off. But third quarter, if we could bottle that and get 4 quarters of that, if that is that our next stage of evolution?
I don't believe so.
Kind of football
I think
not
that's
really achievable.
I think the whole play 4 quarters to get a win is overrated, to be honest. This might be my Kane Corns moment, but Richmond didn't do it when they won flags. Melbourne definitely don't do it. They're one of the worst teams winning first and second quarters. Yeah, they're the best in the third. We're second best, and then they lose a lot of fourth quarters because the game's done, and they just kind of become a very strong defensive unit and stop the score from happening.
Even when we're like 09-10 days, we would smoke a team and then just shift back a few gears and just see the game out. We'd never
even
really
the opposite, where teams would smoke us. I remember Richmond kept us goalless in the first quarter in round 13 or something. Yeah, and then we won by 50 points and kicked over 100, and it's like we didn't play 4 quarters there. North Melbourne didn't because he kicked 6 that day in 09. I remember that.
There you go. Yeah.
So I don't believe that you have to play 4 quarters.
I think, fair enough.
I think you have to play 4 quarters.
Well, more than 10 minutes.
You need to be switched on. Yeah. But you're not going to kick 7 goals a quarter, is my point. You're not going to have bursts like that. That happens once a game. Yeah. And you need to capitalise. Geelong had it. They didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
And we had it and we did.
Yeah. So some of the names that would go missing when you're talking about that game of football and how well they did. Mm-hmm. Blokes like Callum Wilkie again.
Oh, he was magnificent.
He killed Cameron.
Killed him.
He did, yeah.
Didn't let him have a close shot at goal.
No.
I think all 3 of his kicks were from beyond 50.
Yeah, and his one goal was pretty impressive outside 50 late, but that was it.
It was 1 out of 3.
Yeah.
But isn't Cameron just a niggly piece of shit?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I can't stand him.
Even
He's my most hated player.
My sister
really?
watching it,
Yeah.
she's like, I don't know who that is. We watched the replay afterwards, and she's like, don't know who that is, but God, I fucking hate him.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, most Saners don't like him.
Yeah. But so Wilkie, Webster.
Yeah, Jay Webb was good.
They're all good on Stengel, on Close. Like what we talked about last week, the Smalls, no impact.
No impact whatsoever.
Paddo's best game for the year, I thought.
Yeah, he did much better. He didn't get caught out.
No.
So he just played his role.
Even Dukes, I thought.
Dukes was
Hawkins
brilliant.
kicked 4, but I feel like a lot of them weren't really his fault.
If you get on a one-on-one with Tom Hawkins, he's beating you no matter who you are.
Well, the last 13 one-on-ones Hawkins has had, he's only won 2.
Oh, there you go.
Fun fact for you.
There you go.
I learnt that today. So
but,
he's not
he
actually
kicked a
very
nasty
good.
goal in the first quarter when Josh Battle dropped it. And
the Fox Footy replay shows it 10 times about how he's too strong, and you're like, it was literally Josh Battle just dropping a mark and he roved it. It had nothing to do with strength.
Yeah. Josh Battle's one I want to talk about for a second.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he has all the assets with him to be the next Tom Stewart of the AFL. He is a gutsy footballer. He goes hard at the ball. He's got good jukes. That was a bit of a muck-up where he let it through. He won't let that happen again. Goes back with the flight of the ball, saves a certain goal for Geelong.
That was great, yeah.
The one thing that he needs to realise now is that if you're going to be playing that role, you're actually setting up a lot of our attacking play.
Yeah.
You know, you're not trying to clear the ball. You're not trying to whack it on your boot and get it out as far as you can from the forward 50.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
We don't do that anymore. His efficiency on the weekend, he had 20 touches, was 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want it 60 plus, don't you?
Yeah, you want it almost 75 up.
Yeah.
You know, you want a Wilkie.
Yeah.
You want a Wilkie. But you want Wilkie to be defending more and Battle to be busting packs apart and doing that sort of stuff. It's well within him.
Yeah.
We know he's a beautiful kick. You know, sometimes he'll try and pull off too much and he'll do the long bomb and, you know, players will intercept. He's just got to have that calm mind that Tom Stewart has. Take your mark, go back, have a look and think. Because you've got time.
Because Battle, he does strike me as a player who just wants to be aggressive all the time. A bit like Dukes.
Yes.
That's sort of how Dukes moves. And, sometimes you get a bit hot under the collar and maybe rush a few disposals and whatnot. Because even that... and you know, it was just a bit sloppy, but the hand pass,
handball that went out of bounds.
He just handballed it out of bounds.
That was when I thought we were down a bit, but
yeah, that's it. So, but to his credit, like I was worried that because he went off with his hand or a thumb or something like that, and then came back on and was much better afterwards. So.
We just needed something to slow him down a bit, you reckon?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Bit of an ouchie.
Yeah, exactly. Zach Jones working up his match fitness again, which is good.
Oh,
had a bit more zip about him.
He got caught a couple of times, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's his role, isn't it? You know, to try and find that space where there is none. So you're going to get caught.
And he kick-started our resurgence.
He did, yeah.
With
that
the great
goal.
Rowan Marshall handball out of the ruck.
Yeah.
Big
I was really pleased to see Jonesy, sort of... Because it's a long time to be out of footy, and who knows what's been going on with him this year. But against Melbourne, he looked very, very rusty. And even the Sandy games, you know, it's different. It's a different level. But I just felt a lot more assured when with his game. It was really good to see.
The effort's there. That's the most important part, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, big row.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. And Paddy said after the game that he knows that Rowe's not 100%.
Yeah.
And he whispered to him and said, mate, good on you, like you're doing your part for the team and all that. So the fact that Rowe's doing that.
And kicking goals.
So he's done that 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah. Hasn't his set shot kicking gotten better?
Yeah, he just flushes it.
Yeah.
Post higher than that.
He's realised he doesn't need to kick the shit out of it.
Yeah.
He just needs to put the full leg swing through it. And
take care of itself.
Yeah, exactly.
And Paddy getting forward as well. So was it 4 goals between them on the weekend?
Yeah.
And they kicked
he
one
just
each.
missed that one where he hit the post, Paddy?
That
That would have sealed it.
Well, that was right at the start, I think.
Yeah, I reckon that could have changed the whole complexion of the last term.
Yeah,
I reckon we
just
could've gone on again.
just would have continued party time.
Yeah. So, I mean,
And JB, we didn't talk about him yet.
JB's return.
I was
The big
actually very
return.
happy with him. I thought he did a great job.
Oh, yeah. Like, you know, it had quite a few turnovers, but again, rusty. He's been out. That's his first full-blooded game for a long time.
22 touches.
22 touches and a goal.
And had
8 marks.
From a high half forward.
And most marks.
I was so close to getting my 20 and 3, like, because he had those 2 set shots in the last quarter.
And he missed, you're right.
Yeah, true. Could have
So I'm like, come on, do it for the potty. I just want to be a king. But, but I was he looked really good, and he had the look in his eyes. Aditi pointed it out. She's like, that's what I like to see from the boys when they kick a goal and they give a shit.
Yeah.
When they look like they give a shit.
Yeah.
And JB, he did.
Yeah.
He looked hungry.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said it just before, 8 marks. He's brought... that we've needed him so much. Like, we've needed that movement across the half-forward line so much. I forget how valuable he was to our team, especially back in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he'd be the one sneaking out on the switch... And it would get us that extra line.
Yeah,
because a lot of the time we were getting stuck halfway up the ground and had no options forward. But then we started to switch and use the length of the ground.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden JB comes into it and he looks $1 million. So he is very important. He's very crucial to our team. And that's something that, the likes of Butler doesn't have.
No. Him and Wood worked really well, I thought.
Yeah, Mason's game was good.
Mason's game was good, but my only concern...
Joycey's still out on Woody.
10 metres out and missing a set shot to seal the game.
Yeah.
That was very concerning for me. So the goal, when we had the run of momentum, was great.
Oh, and that was such a beautiful kick from Gresh to hit up Wood.
It was.
One.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just a shame to see the hard work done couldn't be polished off with someone who's meant to be a skillful player. So
it was great. It was good to see Duncan being the one that copped it because he was matched up on him, and I'm like, you don't ever see Duncan in 1-on-1s deep in the 50 late in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
We've won the coaching battle here.
Yes,
very good job, Rats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, and
here we go. Here he is. He's about to talk about him.
Sebastian.
Oh, we haven't even. Oh, okay. We'll go Sebastian. I got another.
Oh, you sound disappointed.
No, I thought
he's
he was
playing
going
good footy, Jake.
We
all know what you're thinking.
Hey, I've already copped it from people saying that his third term was prime Chris Judd. So that's how good his third term was.
He's unreal. And but I was furious though. I was furious. That one where he took the mark. And gets buddy drilled, and they call play on the ball. In what world? But anyways, we won't go on about the umpires, but Sebastian, Jesus.
Yeah. I'll just say one thing about the umpiring. Peculiar.
It's so peculiar.
And that is it.
Yeah.
That's all we'll say.
I give up.
Yeah.
I give up.
Yeah.
But Sebastian, look, if you said to us at the start of the year you're going to lose Jack Steele for 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, you'd be like, we're done. Season's done. Nah, I'm actually kind of excited to see what we do without Steele because by the time Steele comes back, you would like to think that, someone stood up. But the likes of, it now goes to Crouch and Sebastian. They're going to be the kings of our midfield.
They're the big boys.
Ably complemented by the likes of your Gresh and everyone else who's running through there. And Zachy Jones and that. But once Steele comes back, we're just going to be all that much better. For his absence, the others are going to grow. Sebastian, he gets to resume his old role as being the number one big dog before Steele's, resurgence. So,
will he be captain? Seb?
Seb's not in the leadership group
to be able
this
to do.
year.
I reckon we're going to get some Berkey and Stewie Lowe action between the co-vice captains. Going to go co-captains.
Co-captains with Membry and Dukes. Yeah,
Membry and Dukes. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I reckon Membry needs this push. He had one situation, a very good game from Membry. Very good game from Membry, but had one situation. There were a few things that we can still look at during that game and go, in a grand final, you can't let that happen.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So there was the clearing kick from the 50 where Membry was coming at it guns blazing and he needed to stick the Jukes. It needed to stick and it just slipped right through. So he needs to be the man in that situation and he needs to not worry about what's around him and just go ball.
Well, that's right, because you're sort of thinking, what am I doing next?
That's exactly right. Yeah. He just needs to grab ball and slow the momentum.
I think Cameron kicked the goal minutes later.
Off of that, correct. Yep. So there's still those little things like the Seb Ross chase. He did the full 100-metre chase on Zach.
He was done.
No.
He was done.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm stopping you. That is so bloody harsh.
That's how you win grand
I
finals.
watched the replay today and I'm like,
it was so cool.
He ran from half forward to half back, full throttle.
So did Zach Toohey.
Zach Toohey stopped for a few seconds and the ball ricocheted off Brad Hill. It was an arse of a goal.
Yeah.
We had the ball. It was done.
And Seb had been doing some running to get to that
And he was
point.
circling and then...
Toohey's coming off fresh from the back line.
Yeah. And then Toohey looked like he was going to hands it and Seb's kind of like, all right, done. And then he turns in and kicks the goal.
So
I think that's very harsh.
If he had to maintain that he was still chasing after him, like...
I would have liked it. That's what I want to say. I think that is the next step that we have to take is that memory mark and that Seb chase. And it's not on Seb as like I've been going at him.
Yeah.
Because he's playing great football. And the chase was good. But it's those extra little efforts.
Just finish your work.
Finish your work. Yeah, exactly right. And just put the extra 5 steps in.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from.
There were more blokes, even Hilly, I think,
reckon.
was around the contest, and he had fresh legs. There were other blokes that didn't do that 100-metre sprint that were as close to Seb was to Toohey. They could have chimed in that moment as well, but they just watched. So there were bigger problems there.
I tell you what, Brad Hill, he didn't have the most prolific game, but he's another... We've got a lot of players in our team who I just feel safe when they have the footy.
Just efficient.
Just efficient. You know, the way he moves the ball, we know he's a great kick, but, you know, he was going at about 85% disposal efficiency, 20 touches.
That's brilliant.
I think he had quite a few sort of score assists. But him and Sinks, they're just really setting up the play nicely and taking a few blokes along for the ride.
Brad Hill's putting body on now.
He is.
Yeah, he looks
That's big.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge. He's running through the ball. And he's seen Sinclair do it. And that's how, you know... Brad Hill always looked to me like he's worried about getting hurt because he doesn't have the biggest body.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, he's just trying to play it smart and, you know, find a different way of getting the ball other than going through it. The best way to not get hurt when you're going for the ball...
Just go through
is
it.
go with the momentum.
Yeah.
You know, and if you get tackled, you're going to fall on a player, you know?
And one thing, I'm glad you brought that facet of his play up because I think another reason why we're playing the kind of footy we are this year is Nick Walsh. We've spoken about him heaps.
Yeah.
But also for players like a Bradley Hill, he's done everything. He's won 3 flags. You know, he's done a lot in the game. He's a good player, but that was a deficiency of his game, the sort of the physical kind of business. But he put in over the pre-season, Nick Walsh's program was designed to make us a bit more combative. We did a lot of wrestling, boxing, things like that, and Brad Hill also did a lot of extras outside of that, you know. He's quite good on the
JB
socials.
did as well.
Yeah. But, you know, so the way that he's playing, it's not a big surprise if you sort of, you know, see what else is going into the stew, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. Well...
We haven't mentioned one bloke.
Who?
And he didn't do a lot. He didn't have a lot of touches. He did kick a goal.
Oh, your boy.
Yeah. The Sharmanator, mate.
The Sharmanator, welcome back.
Yes.
He's looking bigger.
He's looking bigger.
He's got this.
He offered
fair enough.
everything we talked about that we wanted him to do, that we needed him to offer on the weekend to help us win. He did exactly that.
Oh, yeah.
Like Tom
He
Stewart.
pissed off Tom Stewart a lot.
He did.
Yeah.
What, Tom Stewart only had like 1 intercept mark for the game?
Yeah.
So that was massive.
Brilliant.
And kicked a goal. That was a clutch goal too because it's your first game back. You're playing Geelong.
It was clutch and it was class.
It was class.
Yeah, very smart reading of the play because someone sort of shanked the kick, didn't they?
Wood went for a snap, but I watched it in slow-mo when I was watching the replay because I love doing that. And Sharman's at the contest.
Yeah.
He sees the second the ball comes out, he turns, the Cats players have already lost him because they're watching here. He's gone. He anticipates that if the Wood misses the goal, he's a chance.
It's going to drop in that exact spot.
And he bloody knew it.
That is
His
how you pick up
IQ.
a smart footballer. It's like, how did you know that the ball was going to...
He's going to be our Luke Bruce, our Gunston, you know, that sort of smart player. He's not big, but he's going to find himself in the right spot at the right time more times than not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, welcome
note,
back, Sharmanator.
Cheers
there we are. Great game.
Let me just top up.
So happy about it. I am so keen to get stuck into some Jakey's junk mail.
Too.
This is going to be a big Jakey's junk mail. I can just tell.
I've got so many.
You got so many?
There's a lot of big, long ones, so we'll have to race through them. We'll take our time, actually.
Yeah, we'll take our time. That's all right.
Jakey's junk mail.
Such dulcet tones to lead us into a marvellous segment.
Yeah, here we go.
Jake.
Are you ready? Jesus, you're always scared.
Got ya? Did I get you that time?
Yeah, you got me,
we missed out last week because we had to record the whole bloody segment again.
Oh, you bastard.
Jake, please.
This one is from, actually, I don't know because I didn't screenshot his name.
Oh, mysterious sender.
Mysterious sender. He says, Godfather, love the pod and heard your mob talking about a niche 22 or best team of players to play 20 games or less, so I thought I would waste an arvo doing so. What a rabbit hole that was. Hope you like it. From full forward to full back. Are we ready?
Yeah.
This is off the back of last week's discussion.
Okay.
Let's see how many players we know.
Yeah.
All right. Forward pocket, Alan Murray.
Yeah, nice.
Full forward, Spencer White.
Yeah. The great
Forward
white
pocket,
hope.
other forward pocket, Trent Dennis Lane.
Yep.
Forward flank, Tom Lee.
Tommy Lee.
Centre half forward, Fergus Watts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Forward flank, Ryan Gamble.
Gamble. Yeah.
Gamble.
Gamble. Yep.
Wing, Nicky Winmar Jr.
Oh,
Nicholas Winmar.
Nicholas Winmar Jr.
Winmar Jr. Yeah.
Centre, Kobe Stevens.
Oh,
I mean, if you
I
just
love
include
Kobe.
the
He was
Saints games.
stiff. He was stiff. Concussion.
Ruck, Lewis Pearce.
Yep.
Mid, Sam Cranage.
Sam Cranage, I remember
Mid,
him, yeah.
Shane Burse.
Yeah.
Wing, Nick Hain.
Yeah, Nick
Not
Hain.
Hine.
Yeah.
Halfback flank, Logan Austin. Centre halfback, Nick
love
Stone.
Logan.
Halfback flank, Hugh Goddard.
Yeah.
Back pocket, Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Fullback, James Frawley. And back pocket, Colm Begley.
Mm-hmm.
And then interchange bench, star-studded bench, Nathan Freeman, Tom Ledger, Eli Templeton, and Bailey Rice.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
Was Tom
good on
Simpkin?
you.
Was Tom Simpkin in there?
No, stiff.
Nah,
No,
get Tom
Josh
Simpkin.
Saunders. No, Tom Curran.
No,
Pretty much, you can just field the 2014
Yeah.
team, can't you?
I really like the effort that's gone into that Mysterioso, but
Who are the emergencies, boys?
Yeah, you didn't put him in there.
But the fullback for me,
Yeah.
and this is one, he was an absolute jet, but was just like Kobe Stevens, cruel by injury. Luke Penny. Can you remember him?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
2004. He was brilliant.
He was so good. We would have won a flag if he didn't do his knee was
Yeah.
done.
Oh,
he was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, how good is that he took the time to do that?
Yeah, awesome.
Good on him. Thanks
Love
for
it.
that.
I'm going to add another one in there
Yep.
as the emergencies. Ben Schwartz.
Oh,
Do you remember
yeah,
Troy Schwartz' brother?
Nah. I don't remember.
Yeah, I reckon Troy Schwartz is probably, he could go in there.
He could go in
How
there.
many
He
games
played
do you
over,
reckon
I think he played 40-odd.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Oh, because you wanted 20
I'm
or less. didn't
Yeah.
you? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Nathan Freeman, what did he get? 2 games? 2 or 3?
Oh, Fraser.
Freezer, he debuted
He
and
got
he played
2.
one more.
Yeah.
All right, this one's from Matthew. You've got a name? Hey, mate, just wanting to get in early for Jake's junk mail because
Right.
obviously it's going to be red hot this week and he got in early because
Well done,
didn't want to
Matthew.
miss out.
We're always doing things quickly.
Yeah, you're going, yeah, Matty.
Like kicking goals.
That's exactly right.
So in about round 3, someone on one of the Saints' Facebook pages asked if someone could make a video. These are just ridiculous. If someone could make a video of King's goals to the song "Hail to the King" by Avenged Sevenfold, if anyone knows that song, well, Marshy doesn't, because this is for you. Then took that opportunity to do so and to continue through the season so far, and will continue for the rest of the season. My question is, what songs would you guys like to put in the video? I'm needing a new one at the moment. Current playlist is Hail to the King, Avenged Sevenfold, Remember the Name, Fort Minor, The Saints Are Coming, U2, and Green Day. I'll put a new video out.
Is this for the King?
Yeah.
We need to get the one.
Is there a song?
The England national anthem, but for the King.
Yeah.
'Cause I reckon that could be instead of
God Save the King.
God Save the King, because that would be pretty funny.
That's good. King of Kings by Motorhead.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
The King of Moorabbin. But yeah,
Or just the R29 chant.
Yeah.
Chuck that
that's
in there.
it. That's it. I don't know. The King is very versatile.
It
He's
is.
the type of player that he can lend himself to a lot of
Yeah.
beats.
Yeah.
All right. This one's from Jacob. Hey, legends. One for Jakey's junk mail. Am I the only one who thinks Marcus Winhager could be a huge draft steal? Well, no, you're not the only one. Pick 47. We knew that before we even got him. If we got him, it was going to be a steal.
Yeah.
Pick 47 seems way too high based on what we've seen so far. Lots of similarities to Petrarca, in my opinion. He's explosive, dynamic, and also had a very successful junior basketball career like Petrarca.
There you go.
Didn't know that.
I reckon he's more like Jack Steele.
I was going to say that. He was the perfect replacement to come on, but I feel like Jack Steele, I don't know, when Windhager came on, he had to leap through the air and a pack to get that footy.
Yeah, true.
To extract that footy. He had to put his knee up and go through 3 blokes. That's rare.
Yeah. I think
it's just innate game sense.
Yes.
But I think he's...
See ball, get ball.
He's like Steele, but I think in terms of what Jacob says, and I agree,
explosiveness.
I think he's got a little bit more athleticism.
Yes,
okay.
I agree.
I'll use that word.
Yeah. I think he'll
the jump
tenacity.
higher. He'll be a bit quicker.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But he's still got that grunt like Steele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
he
think
might
we're onto something special.
He might do some special things like Petrarca out of in a big game in a big moment.
Yep.
I'd love to really know about this supposed back injury. Because I reckon that was just
I reckon that was a bit of fog, wasn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
A bulging disc.
Windhager. Before we drafted him, they basically said he's injured.
That's right, yeah.
And then he basically started training straight away. So I don't know.
He missed no games. Like, no
training,
no
nothing.
training, yeah.
Very curious about that one. Jordan is asking, and this is about Windhager as well, so he's pretty popular
Viva
today.
Windhager.
Feeling a bit windy in here, boys. Hey? Bit of a draft. Bit of a draft. It's another pun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
There?
Yeah.
What was that?
Bit of a draft in here.
Because of the wind.
Good draft.
Yeah.
Good draft pick.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
I thought there was more. I wanted to go that next.
Sorry.
No. That was perfect.
Way too much discussion gone into that pun there.
Thanks, Marshy.
Jordan said, "Hey, Godfather, I know you guys came up with a hymn for each of the players. I've got a potential new one for Windhager. Moves Windhager, moves like Windhager, moves like Jagger. He's got the moves, Windhager.
He's got the moves, Windhager. Moves, yeah.
Instead of like Jagger, Windhager. Yeah.
Moves. Yeah. No, look, he's definitely there.
Candle in the Windhager.
Yeah, like, he's another one like that. I really rate that suggestion too.
That's good.
But at the moment, we've just got a real easy one. It's Viva Windhager.
Oh, very good.
Times 3 and then finish up with Muggers Windhager. What?
That's very good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I was watching some old Elvis videos today too, so it's so weird.
There you go.
Things just
Did they pop up on your TikTok?
Huh?
Did they pop up on your TikTok?
For some reason on YouTube, I was just in between doing some work stuff, and I'm like, I've never really watched old Elvis clips, so I just Googled it and watched his last song, and I was like, shit.
They didn't call him the king for no reason.
Like the one I watched. This is side story, but it's like 1977 or something, and he's singing Unchained Melody for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
But he's slurring everything as he's leading up to it, and then he sits on the piano, starts singing, and it's just Elvis, and you're like, he can't talk, like the guy's slurring, and he's just singing this song. So anyway, funny that you sing Elvis there. This podcast.
I thought you were dragging it back to Queen somehow, and I was like, Jake, mate,
like he's no.
we're talking
Elvis
about the king.
Is no Freddie, he's no Freddie Mercury. Okay. Where is it? Here we go. Darcy, he said, Ben Patton tap, 8.5 minutes left in the third on the back line. So elite, ends up getting us a goal. Please give this kid the credit he deserves. #game changer. Now,
what was that moment?
I had to, when I saw this, I got this junk mail maybe yesterday, and I didn't know what moment this was. So as I watched the replay again today for the 9th time, I thought I'll go 9th time.
It was a good one.
I'll go back to the 8-minute mark and I'll see what it's all about.
Yeah.
And it's a long, Danger gets a clearance in the third term, straight out of the centre. He bombs it long, and the ball is rolling towards Guthrie. So Guthrie's on Paddo's left.
Yeah.
And Paddo just gets his hand here and pushes it that way, and then Wilkie gets it and we swoop away. And if he doesn't do that, it's going in front of him. Yep. Guthrie's winning that race, and he's running into an open goal. So he stopped a goal, and then we rebound and kick a goal. So that's a really good spot from Darcy.
How good was our rebounding on the weekend?
Yeah, it was insane.
For goals. Yeah. It was just
because we don't bomb it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Makes
We look so good out of the back line now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Corey Enright.
Yes.
Big difference.
Big difference from last year.
Yep. This one's from Max. Hey, lads, I got a question, but it's too long to put in the question box on your Insta story. Everyone seems to be getting overhyped over Freo. Not so much anymore as they lost to Gold Coast, but they've played 6 out of the 7 bottom teams and only beaten Geelong and Carlton in the 8. Do you guys reckon Freo could just not make finals at all?
No,
I don't think so. They'll win enough in Perth.
Freo are good, I think.
We don't read too much into the Gold Coast.
And we want them to be good because we smacked them on their home deck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But look, Gold Coast, they pose as a danger for every team. We're only beaten by 4 goals, and on their home deck against Freo, that's the biggest travel in AFL, is going from Perth to Gold Coast.
Yeah.
So, they were men down, and, Gold Coast were bloody good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, credit to Gold Coast.
Yeah, they were excellent.
Yeah.
Them winning helped us. And I think who was the other game after that? It was Carlton. Really wanted the Giants to stand up, but...
Nah.
Nah.
Not for Leon.
Nah. This one's from Jacob, another Jacob. If you could recruit any player from a rival club based purely on their name being easily turned into an Aisle 29 song, who would it be? Mine would be Liam Baker, so that you could have a song to the tune of Bonnie M's My Baker. Don't know that song?
Yeah, I love me some Bonnie M, but I don't know Bonnie M? I know Bonnie M, but I don't really know that tune.
Yeah. What
bit of Daddy Cool?
That's a
rival player. That's an excellent question.
It is a very good question.
Who would you grab?
Dad actually came up with a really good one for a few years back for Maxi Gawn.
I was going to say Gone with the Wind, is it?
Nah, it's again, it's Elvis, actually.
Oh, there you go.
He ain't nothing but a gone dog, rocking all the time. I said he ain't nothing but a gone dog, rocking all the time. You know he never wore a number not worn by Jimmy Steins. And then
that's pretty good.
So you can do it so it like builds up.
Yeah,
and then
you were
just come
losing
in
me there for a
I know, it's been a while.
But
the interest levels were,
I was like, this is all right, this is all right. Jimmy Steins reference?
So the debrief will swoop on that one. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, that's such a good question. I'll have a think about that in greater detail and get back to you.
Yeah. Good call. This one's from Rhino. I'm sure that's not their real name.
We got a Rhino in Aisle 29.
Have you? Is that your mate?
Could be.
He said, hey lads, loving the growth of this pod. You guys are really spearheading a growing community of engaged Saints fans. Credit to you fellas.
Oh, that's nice.
Thanks very much.
Rhino.
My junk mail is that I believe that we can use a tall forward line more often. Our talls are great below their knees, especially Skunk and Kingy. I think our smalls have enough scoreboard output between them that we don't need a completely balanced forward line all the time. Do you guys think this is a plan B, C we should use going forward?
Well, no Higo, no Butler, and we still tear Geelong apart.
Yeah.
With the likes of Billings back in.
And Longy.
And Sharman.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because Sharman,
And also Jack Higgins, with his concussion. So St Kilda Football Club have stated that they reckon that the concussion came from a contest.
The Tom Stewart spoil.
Yeah.
A contest that shouldn't have happened. And he shouldn't have been in. It was probably a long bomb and it was probably a miss kick. But the fact is, Jack Higgins, stop going up in packs. That's not your job anymore, mate.
Yeah.
I think he read too much into the media calling him a small full forward.
Yeah,
you just got to be a small forward.
Small full forwards mean you need to be on the move, not pack marking.
Like you applaud him for it because if he's not putting himself in that position, then Tom Stewart marks it.
Yes, it's courageous. Don't get me wrong, but
at what cost?
At what cost? We've got men there now that can do that.
Because you see, we saw it with Paddy McCartan, obviously different set of circumstances, but the way he used to throw himself at the contest, it not sustainable.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's from our good old mate, the Sad Saner.
Yes.
The best junk mails come from
the Sad Saner.
Sad Saner.
Yeah, he's the second best Saints page on the internet, I reckon.
Yeah. Behind who?
AFL trade
rumors. I had a good chat with Cooper Gretsch last week. He didn't like the ins and outs of the team.
Interesting.
He questioned that big time. He thought Lyon at Highmore, they all should have come in. He didn't like that Sharman came in at all, and I said it's for Tom Stewart. And Haven't heard.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting
to
what he
hear
thinks
your
now.
thoughts, Cooper.
Yeah.
The Sad Santa says, great win against the Karaya Retirement Village.
Back on the short bus, you losers.
Oh, yeah, hey,
Back on the V line.
That was good.
That's the first time in my life I've been to a Saints Geelong game and we've won. So I'm Herbie, fully loaded after that. Which two players do you think owns the least and most amount of underwear?
What?
That's his question.
The least and the most amount of underwear.
It's a ridiculous question, Sad
The least
Santa.
amount of underwear.
So who owns the most and who owns the least?
Jack Higgins owns the least amount
Absolutely.
of underwear.
He does the inside out
Yes.
about 5 times a week.
Yeah, Jack Higgins.
Yeah, I reckon Jack Sinclair's got the most.
The most, yeah. And they're all different patterns.
'Cause
he's groovy.
He's groovy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes a lot of pride. I think he sees himself as a bit of a trendsetter.
He's a mad
Yeah,
Liverpool supporter as well. I've spoken to him about it a few times. I bet
Is this a pants shitting joke that he'd need to change his underwear all the time because he goes for Liverpool? Or
Nah, Liverpool are good, mate. I can't go there.
They had a
just
good
yet.
win.
They had a very good
Yeah.
win.
Yeah. I reckon.
I think I agree with you guys.
And
on that.
Sinks would have the best wardrobe. Like, you just walk in there. It's a walk-in wardrobe. You've got your tees on one side, your dress shirts on the other. You've got about 50 pairs of sunglasses that you can choose from, and loafers galore. Like,
Actually, no, I'm changing mine for the least amount. I'm going to go. I'm flipping a coin between either Jimmy Webster or Benny Long. I reckon they go commando.
well,
I reckon they've only got Speedos for the games and for the pool. Outside of that, I reckon they're just men with nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's from Bill. Was beating Geelong the most satisfying win of the season so far?
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
So
Easily.
much, yes, yeah. I love beating Richmond, don't get me wrong. That win against Richmond was satisfying, but
It's been
that
a while.
Geelong
It's been 6 years, boys.
Oh, 6 years. Like, we always get the upper hand over Richmond, you're right. So
Yeah. And I think Ratton said it really well, that it was a win of relief. Like,
Yes.
it was a big build up, and if it had gone the other way, I don't know. Too often, pretty much exactly the same as last year. I think when we came up against Geelong, we're kind of sitting at that precipice where if we win, we go above the ledger, and if we lose, we
drop off a little bit,
Yeah, that was nice.
This one's from Chad. Completely understand your reasoning, Jake, with hesitancy on Degoe. However, if we can save the extra money and if the club is not 100% on their ability to get Ben King in 2 years' time, Degoe is the right fit for what we lack. A game-breaking, line-breaking, big mid. I feel Taranto is more of what we have. Ross, Crouch, Steele, Bytel. I disagree with that. There is also a little to no downside in getting Degoe, as all contracts have strict morality clauses, which will allow us to void his contract if he is seen to damage or potentially damage the reputation of the club.
I would love Degoe, but when I'm thinking of Degoe, I'm just thinking of Andrew Lovett.
Yeah, that's exactly
We'll sign
right.
him and he'll never play a game.
Yeah.
And cost us a heap.
Just be a dickhead, and we're like, all right, you got to go.
Yeah,
And then
he
just
gets
pay him
pumped because
out.
he's on $1 million a year.
Yeah.
We won't have to pay him out, though. That'll be in the
Have
clause.
contracts changed these days?
Yeah, the clubs have got way more control now.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep. I wouldn't mind him.
We do need that explosive X factor, but I'd rather find it within something.
Yeah.
And like Hawthorn 2013 to 2015, what was their explosive X factor?
Cyril Rioli?
But he wasn't a midfielder.
Mate, yeah, I guess they were more just a controlled team.
And that's what I want.
Yeah, they
I
didn't
want a
need to run.
controlled team.
Yeah.
I want to surprise Norm Smith.
Yeah.
I just don't think you should put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to a bloke like Degoe, because he probably will disappoint.
And I know this is a really unfair comparison, but I think it's quite pertinent. But you just only have to look at Fremantle. We went for the Bradley Hill option.
Yeah.
Melbourne went for the Ed Langdon. And one would argue that, Ed Langdon's been fantastic, but he didn't have the profile or price tag that a Brad Hill had.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that I'm disappointed we didn't get Langdon. I love Brad Hill.
But it's just impressive how they...
Yeah, sometimes the names get a bit inflated, or you just...
Premierships. Langdon didn't have one. Hill's got 3.
Yeah, that's
That can
exactly
sell
right.
him a bit more.
So, you can sort of go that money ball route where you just
absolutely.
find players that haven't quite peaked and then just make them better in your environment.
And lastly, Taranto is not like the mids we've got.
Oh, I'd love
He's
Taranto.
absolutely not. He's an absolute superstar.
Yeah, so
and he would be our highest goal kicking mid by a mile. If
imagine him under a decent coach.
Yeah.
Imagine half of the GWS team under a decent coach.
Well, we might see that.
Like someone questioned Bobby Hill and saying he runs around like he's got no idea. I'm like, it's because the team does that.
You remember how Alan Richardson coached us out of how to play football?
Yeah. Can you imagine Bobby Hill with freedom?
Yeah.
In the forward line with the likes of Butler and Higgins? Holy crap.
Surely Bobby Hill's coming to us. Surely.
Carl Amon, Taranto, Hill. Get it done.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be very happy with that.
Please.
Depends on who we're coughing up, but we'll talk about that in another episode.
Yeah,
that will be a juicy discussion.
And lastly, from Ben, what were your thoughts, not my roommate, what were your thoughts at halftime? Did you think we were a chance?
I looked at the replay and it wasn't as damaging as I thought it would be. But to see that we were only 15 points down.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we were a chance. We just needed to play some good Saints footy, and we did. What was it like at ground level for you?
Well, it just didn't feel like we were getting pumped.
Yeah.
I don't think we were getting pumped in any facet, like scoreboard wise, but it just felt like we were in control. Like the last quarter, for example, I know the questions about the first half, but the last quarter, I was so relaxed. I had no right to feel relaxed. I felt very assured that, I don't know, just the way that our form up to that point, I just felt like we were in control of the narrative of the game, which, if you're down half time, that's probably a bit silly, but it just felt that way. But mind you, when I heard that Higgins was out, Steele had hurt himself and was potentially not coming out, I was shitting my pants a bit.
To be fair, when I found out about all that, I was actually remarkably calm. I do not know why.
You thought, who's going to lift? Someone's going to lift.
Yeah, I was just like...
You had that faith.
That sucks, but... we've got blokes that'll stand up.
Yeah.
I don't usually feel like that with
Steele
the
is not the team anymore.
No.
He's the skipper of the team, but he's not the team.
And he's kind of played that way this whole year, hasn't he, Jakey Steele? He's sort of just taken a bit of a back seat, still playing at a really, really high level, but...
He's not playing
but everyone's coming up
football.
to him.
Yeah. That's why I think outsiders will see this as a huge loss, and that's why we're not high on the premiership odds anymore, and Adelaide's odds have gone up a little bit because there's no Steele, but... I think it just makes us even more harder to match up on in the middle. I just think it's very unpredictable. Yeah. And we've got 6 or 7 blokes that can go through there now. Yeah. Not to mention Bytel and Owens that will get their chance at some point. We've got there's 8 or 9 blokes there that can go through.
Absolutely.
There you go. Junk mail done.
Brilliant.
That was a big one.
That was a unique junk
very
mail.
Very unique. A bit of...
Yeah, the characters are really starting to come through. I love it. Yeah.
Sad Santa just doing his shit.
Oh, we love the Sad Santa. That is my favourite Facebook page other than this one. Honestly.
Good save there.
This weekend.
Yep.
Heading over to Adelaide to play the Crom.
Yes.
Crom. Why are they called the Crom?
Who bloody knows?
Why are Port called the Pear?
Oh, the Pear.
Because
just the accent. Because the accent. I can't the pear.
Pear.
Yeah, do you get it now? Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
What's the Crom, though?
I don't know what the Crom is. The Crom is stupid. The Crom is cringe.
Is it like crows,
it's just the
but
W
like the W's
upside down? Yeah.
Crom. Can't a Crom? I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I don't think they get it either. So, anyway, we're coming up against that mob.
Yeah.
Or that wob.
Gonna be there. It's gonna be sick.
You got it.
That was quick.
Done.
Thank you. So, again, it poses a threat. Adelaide Oval always poses a threat, and Adelaide always pose a threat because you don't know what they're going to cough up. So, they were brilliant last week or the week before against Richmond.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they put up a good half last week, a good half this week. They're not an awful team. They're figuring it out. So by season's end, they'll be quite decent, I think, because they've got some really talented players. And you've got to give them that. As much as Tex Walker is a wanker, he's a bloody good footballer. So he's playing well. He's kicking went off a bit last week, but he's playing well. They've got Rochelle who's come in.
He's been down a little bit, apparently,
he's
from what I've read.
Yeah, but it's his first year.
Yeah,
so who knows when he's going to pop up again? But that's because he's copping one of the better defenders from each team each week. They've realised.
Ben Keys is an absolute jet.
Ben Keys is a jet in the midfield. Rory Laird, you know what he's going to give you every week.
Slides out.
McAdam has got a bit of magic about him in the forward line. And their back line is starting to come together, and Thilthorpe is back in. So it's a game that we're going to have to be cautious about, but it doesn't mean we can't play the brand that we've been playing. You know, so I think that across the board we will have them covered. I think, you know, Jordan Dawson is brilliant off of half back, but you put a Ben Long on him and he doesn't get a touch.
Yeah.
If we can stop Tom Stewart impacting the game, I'm confident we can stop Dawson.
Yeah,
no
and Dawson's not an aerial player; he's a ground player.
Yeah.
You know, so look, they've got experience and they've got good players and they've got good kids. So they'll be a good team in a couple of years' time and one to watch out for. But they really poses that threat this year because you don't know what you're going to get. So, boys, what's the game plan going into? When is it? It's on Saturday
night.
Saturday night. So it's going to be dewy. It's going to be 19 degrees.
Yeah,
it always gets slippery there. That's all
right. We're good with that.
We're fine with that with the way that we move the ball forward. They're a high pressure team. So
just play our footy.
Yeah.
We've not started a game in the last 3 weeks playing Saints footy.
Yeah.
Start the game playing
But the
Saints
thing
footy.
that we need to add to Saints footy, and don't get me wrong, we've added this to Saints footy. Don't let the accountability drop off.
Yeah.
That's our biggest threat, is that against Port Adelaide, we let the accountability drop off. And that's how they got us.
We just thought we were going to coast through the game.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
get it done. And that's not how footy's played.
You'd like to think that we've learned from that.
And if we're accountable against Adelaide, we will win by 50 points plus.
Well, that's the thing. These next 2 weeks, with the percentage gap between us and the top 4,
we need to be...
It's an opportunity.
This is the real attitude test, isn't it? It's like, you know, we put Geelong to the wire and we got over and we won. Are we going to put our foot on the throat of the Adelaide Crows and North Melbourne?
Yeah, we should.
We have to.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a choice. We have to.
If we want to make top 4 this year and we want to play finals, define yourself in these games and go, scraps.
Yeah.
Like, fuck these blokes.
Really take the crowd out of it. That's why it's so integral for us to start well. Like, we don't start well lately. It's so different. And, you know, you can sort of bank on, you know, getting the crowd involved. But, take them out of it. Really just, if we won the first quarter, if we kick the first 2 goals, yibbity yibbita.
Yeah, but still... don't let that deter you.
No, that's right. Yeah. But keep grinding, of course.
Yeah, these are the games where you want to pile on the first 5 goals.
Oh, you'd want to do that every game.
Yeah. I mean, you want to do that, but some games it's not possible. You're not going to do that against Geelong. You're not going to do that against
fair call,
Richmond.
No, you just do it in the 3rd term against Geelong. Yeah. Anyway. Get stuff, Ben.
There it is.
And Adelaide, a young team, and... they're ones that I reckon we could really exploit with our running power. Because
it's a good ground for us to spread on this.
Yeah, well, we don't mind. When was the last time we lost there? Did we play there last year?
I went to that. We got smashed by points.
Oh, true.
I'll
take it back. Fair enough, yep.
Yeah. So, look, if we play accountable Saints footy, we've got Butler still out. Steele is still out. They were 2 very valuable players for us the last, 2 of the last 3 times that we played there. When we beat Adelaide and Port Adelaide in 2020, Butler and Steele were phenomenal.
Yeah.
So...
And Ratton is one for... Because I was listening to his SEN interview this morning, and they've sort of gone to the week-to-week focus rather than previously did think like sort of planned in blocks. And have sort of like themes and whatnot. So Ratton, there is that part of his psyche there that he likes to, be a little bit creative or inventive with how we approach games. And I think one small thing that will be a big focus is Brad Crouch. It's his first game back against the old mob in front of the old crowd. He's going to be copping it, especially from the crowd. Yeah. And probably the players as well, but especially from the crowd. And I think Ratton will make that, let's really live for Crouchy,
Yeah. let's get him on the board.
We owe these pricks.
Yeah.
That kind of,
Yeah.
and that sort of takes a little
Show
bit
them
of
how stupid they are.
Yeah, and that sort of takes gives it a bit of a different angle that's not super serious, but it's something that, an intangible that everyone can sort of have a cheeky lift.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Nah, it's just a game where if we play anything like our best, it should be enough.
It should be solidified. Yeah.
And not because Adelaide are a terrible team or anything, it's just different stages of where we're at.
Yeah.
They're learning and we're trying to establish ourselves as a top 4 team.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And good example, Brisbane, look at the way they played on the weekend. They were challenged by Adelaide. Adelaide hit the front at one point.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
and
they
then
were up at
what did they
halftime.
do? They shifted gears.
Yeah.
And then they won by 6 goals.
Yeah, and you know what happened with Brisbane? They've got that arrogance that you need to win a premiership.
They do, don't they?
They've
love
got
that.
that.
They're just impatient. They want to get to finals.
Yeah.
They know they're good enough for they're sick of the home and away season.
Yeah.
They just want to prove their worth in finals.
But they get down and they're like, oh, who the fuck are these blokes?
Yeah, like
it really
it's
wasted
almost
my
like
time.
it's insulting that Adelaide hit the front.
That's
something that only them and Melbourne and no one else at the moment really has.
Yeah, spot on.
But we're going to get that.
Yeah.
Some saintly swagger.
Yeah.
Saintly swagger. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Put the foot down. And I love that Zachy Jones, he hates it.
Yeah.
He hates it. And Windhager, I reckon, is going to be one
Yeah,
of
I was
those
going to say, I
ones
think
as well.
Windy's going to go and throw his body around big time.
Yep, exactly.
Benny Long as well.
Yep.
We've got players that can do it.
We got players that hate losing.
100%.
Yeah.
Ryan Marshall, doesn't like it. Paddy Ryder, doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Big game for those two. Riley O'Brien, very good ruckman.
He was out, so he got drops, and he'll be coming in with the point to prove. He's a very good ruckman, so I think you're right. I reckon he's one to sort of watch out for.
Last time we played them, we didn't have the 2 rucks in Cairns, did we? Before the bye.
Yeah, I feel like one of them was out. Marshall was out, I think.
So it might have just been Ryder.
Yeah, it was Marshall's foot. I think he was out with that. So
it's a big problem for a lot of clubs. Geelong supporters were very nervous about those two playing on Stanley. And guess what the difference was?
Stuttering Stanley.
And they were the difference.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah. All right, boys. Predictions going in.
I'm doubling down. Billings 20-3.
Always going at it again.
Okay.
Going again.
Yep.
All right, finally, King to kick 5+. Finally.
Yeah. Okay.
This year, because he's just teasing.
He'll be on Jordan Butts, probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he got his hands cleanly
He got
to
his
about
hands
five,
so many.
five occasions, didn't he?
Credit to DeConing.
Oh, he was good.
He was very good on King.
Yeah.
He was very good on King. So, he just put enough body on King to put him off from taking those marks. I don't think Butts has got that.
Nah.
So, because King's actually found the moves now. Mm-hmm. He knows where to protect the space. Like a couple of times, that first mark and kick for goal that he had, he was completely out.
Yeah.
But he worked his way to the fall of the ball and got his hands out there. But the kick was on the wrong side. But King started to pick up some tricks.
Yeah.
Like he's really added another thread to his bow.
A little bit of cheeky shaman movement about it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Just switches the angles.
Yeah, you're right. But it's movement.
Makes an awkward ball seem not so awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seem efficient. Yeah.
Could be Rising Star for Windy as well.
Ooh,
Rising Star for Windy.
We haven't had a Rising Star.
Who got
for
it this
years.
week? He had 15 as a sub. I feel like that's worthy of considering.
It's pretty good.
They
I think
haven't
that's
named.
very good.
Have they
They
named
haven't
them?
named.
Yeah. fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it usually happens tomorrow. Usually happens on
I'll be
Tuesday.
very curious to see who else stood up because it's all about the round,
Yes.
So
yeah.
he could be a cheeky chance, but we'll see.
Yeah. Half of football, 15 touches. Bloody good.
Yeah.
My predictions, I think that Membry being captain,
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, going to take it on board.
I like that he played closer to goal at the start.
Yes.
And the third, and then he drifted back towards the end. But
King and him were swapping. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was
like
great.
King was going up the ground and taking marks. Brilliant.
they
We love
honestly must listen to the pod.
They go.
This happens too often that we say something and then it happens.
Yeah.
One of the coaches are.
Yeah.
I've got a few moments.
Here we go.
Hey.
No song yet though.
No song. That's okay. That's
okay.
okay. So it's going to be slightly longer than a minute.
As always.
As always. So right here, the cameras, you can see that I'm wearing this swish little tracksuit number.
Yeah.
So, trade season has come early, lads. At the platform, I was having a chat to this fella, and I'm so sorry, bloke. I've forgotten your name.
It's always.
But, as anyone who's, it's understandable. But I think he was Chris Neese's friend, who, works down at the club, does an excellent job on the Sounds of the Saints potty and their media writing, and a big Saints fan, loves the potty too. So, cheers, brother. Awesome. But anyways, this fella and I, he liked my jacket, and I'm like, you know what? I like your jacket, and he's like, oh, you know what? Yeah, we're just a bit of, primary schoolyard trading. Tarzos, mate. I'm like, oh, I'll take your shine in. I'll give you my pogger. And so, just did the jacket swap, and I feel like it was. So it's on loan. So this is on loan. Because we both had a few cartons, and we'll reconvene same spot after the North game. Bring the jackets, and if you're happy, I'm happy, and vice versa. I don't have regret, and I'm sure he wouldn't either, because that's a really nice jacket. That I feel like it was a very equal swap. So this is allegedly a 97-98 Jason Heatley number, player issue. So that,
that's special.
That's special. So really nice. And if we do decide to, seal the deal and, the cooling off period, I'm going to get the things taken in, and it's going to be swish. Another thing, boys.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about it at the start, but can we just talk about the atmosphere of the crowd?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That was so loud.
This is 2004 energies.
Yeah.
Big crowd. We are so much louder than any opponent that we've come up against.
100%.
Like, we care about our footy.
Yeah.
We're not on the back of a premiership run. We're not on the back of a final series.
We're all
starving.
Hungry.
We are starving.
Yeah.
And we're all like, give us the food.
Sorry to jump in. Did you notice on the replays that the audio you would know because you're an audio nerd, that it was so loud that it peaked?
It kept clipping.
It kept clipping.
Yep.
Mason Wood's goal, Ben Long's goal was like, is that my sound system? No, it's the bloody crowd. Like, it just was that
They
loud.
must have had a microphone in front of aisle 29.
100%.
Absolutely.
But all the legends listening that are along the members wing, you had some real enthusiastic buggers just getting all that. It's the first time I've seen a full saintly wave of the St Kilda cha-cha-cha, all the way along down the members. Usually can be a little bit quiet, but full credit to them. They were fucking unreal. It was awesome to hear.
Yeah.
Lastly, this fella, Adam, came up to us after the game, and, he said some nice words, and apparently he can get us some banners, some signs made up for our area. So what I would like to do is put it out to the listeners of what are some funny suggestions, or, what would be some suggestions, some signs that we're going to, have it in aisle 29. So we'll give it to the kiddies to sort of hold up, and, so get creative. Jake might be able to help out with a little suggestion box or something like that, or just DM.
Yeah. Just DM, send a DM.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then, we'll, get it sorted.
Even,
good on you.
Was it at aisle_29 as well? Just for the listeners?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
get on
true.
board. I know a lot of people go through me to find out about Marshy and getting tickets, so at aisle_29 if you want to sit in aisle 29 this year as well.
Yeah, that's it. So I reckon that'd be pretty funny. Boys, could you think of anything straight off the top of your dome?
I'd go on with the Windhager and have a big bobblehead and him like a Scooby-Doo run, with the wind behind him.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, very good. Yeah. So, we got some...
Can I share something as well?
Of course you can. This is a safe
show
space.
And tell.
Show and tell.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
I know last week you boys gave me shit about mainly you, about my jumper, the Guernsey.
Yeah.
What's this? Sponsored by Sportsbet.
Sponsored by
Oh,
St Kilda Football Club.
That's
I don't know if the
better.
cameras
Icy, don't
can-
spill any wine on it, Jake.
Yeah,
Pick that
nice
up. No, I think that's
2009
an
number.
Oh,
09.
I'm seeing some names there.
Yeah.
Some
go
names
through
that
the
ended
names?
up in that
Let's put
team
some-
that
Yeah, that's nice.
the
That's
under
much,
20 games.
That is much better than that 2013 number you got, because this is at least our most dominant year
Yeah.
without
It was our best season ever.
best season ever.
Yeah.
So that commands respect. That one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Is Lenny on there though? Can you spot a few names there?
Pretty good.
If you hold it, I can see, I think Nick Rewalt's up the top there. And
I
then
think BJ's there as well. The
you got
BG.
Cozzy down the bottom, 23. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few. Baker, yeah. Yeah, that's some
It's a good
class
side,
there.
mate.
Yeah.
Oh, super last one. If you can cast your mind back, who was the best? I'm getting it because it's my prize. Each week, I'm just going to give out a little. I came across all these Saintly Hymn CDs when we did them. I was cleaning out the shed, and yeah, I forgot about. We definitely over-ordered. So the best Jakey junk mail, they'll get a cheeky prize. They'll get themselves a CD.
Oh,
Actually, no, we can collab. I personally like the one who took the time to send in the niche team.
Yeah, that
I think
deserves
that's
a CD.
100%, because it also references last week's episode, so they
Yeah,
really
listeners.
remembered that. Yeah,
All right. So whoever that was, that was Mysterious.
yeah, I think that was mysterious.
You're gonna have to
I can check
contact
my
Mysterious. If you're out there listening,
Yeah.
you got yourself a CD.
He's obviously
And yeah, that's my minute, boys.
Very good, very good. All right, well, that's probably all we've got time for at the moment, so we're going to wrap it up there. Mr. Mysterious will be in contact with you. We
Yeah.
will meet you at the game against North Melbourne at Marvel Stadium to hand over your illustrious CD that Marshy has found covered in dust out in the shed.
It's in a backpack, so it's all
Yeah,
sorted.
exactly. But boys, it's been a pleasure. Can't wait for this weekend. Prime time against Adelaide over there. 7:30 start. Make sure you're watching. If you can get over there, cheer loudly. We want to hear you through the microphones again. So, Marshy, you got to wrap us up with a bit of a joke.
Yeah, do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'd love to hear it from you.
It's an oldie but a goodie. It goes a little like this: knock knock.
Who's there?
Owen.
Oh, and who?